Hello dear students, welcome back to my channel, and today's topic for the class is from the book Treasure Chest of class 9, Skimbleshanks the Railway Cat by T.S. Eliot. So before going ahead with the chapter, I'll just give you a brief introduction about the poet and then we will go ahead with the poem. So let's begin with the class without wasting any time. And obviously don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Facebook for the detailed notes of the chapter regarding the chapter Skimbleshanks the Railway Cat by T.S. Eliot. And before we go ahead with the chapter, I would like to show you the image of T.S. Eliot, that is who T.S. Eliot was. So this is the image of T.S. Eliot, and he was a Nobel Prize winner for poetry in 1948 for literature. Okay, and the main reason behind writing Skimbleshanks the Railway Cat is that not only this poem, he has written many poems like this related to cat. The main reason behind is he loved cats. Okay, and that made him write this poem, making cat the central character of the poem. But before going ahead of the poem, I would like to have the treasure chest book and would wish that you all open the book once and read the two paragraphs that is there before the chapter. Yes, these two paragraphs, I will read it out for you. Eliot wrote the cat poems in 1930s and included them under his assumed name Old Bosom in letters to his godchildren. Eliot loved cats and owned many during his life. He was fond of giving them peculiar names such as Jelly Rollum, Pettipaws, Whiskas, and George Brushdragon. Skimbleshanks is a character in Andrew Lloyd Webber's 1981 musical Cats, which is based on Eliot's book. The character is portrayed as a bright and energetic orange tabby cat who lives and works on the night mail. So, at first, this was the very reason why he wrote the poem with the cats, taking the cat as the central character. I would like to say you that this poem, when you start reading, it might seem to you that it's very a silly, absurd poem and a nursery type of poem. But actually, this poem is about Skimble, who is a cat and is seen in the night mail. The roles that the cat bears is various. You can see in the poem, while we go through the poem, you will find that the cat has a variety of roles, like sometimes for supervisor, sometimes he is the station master's friend, sometimes he is the patrolling police officer, and keeps on roaming about and keeps an eye on every one of them. So this has been said about the cat in the poem. But as easy the poem seems, or while you go through it, you feel like it's quite an easy poem, but it's not that simple. Okay, the cat over here is portrayed as if he is the karta dharta, that type of character. Wahi sab karega, karta dharta type of character he is bearing over here. But the poem is not only about the train, or rather the night mail, or the cat itself only. It can also be interpreted in a very deep and intellectual commentary on that time of Eliot. Okay, when T.S. Eliot lived during that time, this poem was written, so it can be also interpreted as a very deep and intellectual poem. Rather, you can say the poem was written around, as it is said over here, around 1930s. Okay, so when it was the rise of dictatorship in, you can say, around Italy and Germany. There was the rise of dictatorship it began in Europe too, especially like the countries of Germany and Italy. And in Germany, the dictator was Adolf Hitler and Benito Mussolini in Italy. So this poem is also some kind of commentary on the political situation prevailing that time in those places, in those parts of Europe around 1930s. Okay, and that's how this poem has been interpreted over here. Clear? One is a very literal level. Okay, one of them is a very literal level, where it sounds very childish and very light-hearted, friendly poem and like a nursery rhyme. But the underlying theme of the is a serious commentary. The underlying theme is a serious commentary. So T.S. Eliot was actually a very serious person, and he wrote a poem like Skimbleshanks. Okay, this it looks like this. The cover, it looks like this. So cover of the book Skimbleshanks that he wrote. The cat, in that sense of in the poem, is a symbol of clever dictator. Okay, who killed off, who had a keen eye on each and every one. What kind of eye? The cat is having a very, you can say, he looks into the deeds of the people. He's a 24/7 surveillance camera, you can see. He's having a keen eye over everyone, on every development that happens on that particular train. And the train is like the country. The train over here is just like the country, whose people do not even realize that they are being kept under the surveillance. They are always being watched 24/7. The way Skimbleshanks over here keeps the watch over the railway compartments, railway and the platform both together. So these are the basic points that I'm telling you, so that it becomes easy for you when we read the poem. Okay, it becomes very easier for you to understand, and the entire poem, you see, is you can say very friendly, but the underlying note in the literal level, it is very easy, very friendly one, but the underlying note is this one, what I said to you. Over here it shows, it personifies the dictatorship, the way, authoritative way the cat behaves in the train. Okay, the poet over here observes the movement of the cat in the railway carriage and had personified it almost as a human being. This is the personification of the, you can say, personification of the cat. So now let's begin with the chapter over here. What to say first, we'll be saying that everybody in the train is missing, is waiting for the train, and the Skimbleshanks is missing over here. Skimbleshanks is missing over here. I would like you all to have your books open up. There's a whisper down the line at 11:39, when the night mail's ready to depart, saying, "Skimble, where is Skimble? Has he gone to hunt the thimble?" So it is a rhyming pattern that it has been used, Skimble and thimble. Okay, the first two lines tells us that it is a pretty close to midnight, around 11:39. It is pretty close to midnight when the train named Night Mail. Please mark down the names, because when we go ahead with the poem, we will come to know several other names of the train over here. So first name given over here is Night Mail. So it is around 11:39, which is almost about to be midnight, and when the night mail is ready to depart, and everybody is whispering through the entire railway platform down the line over here, means entire railway platform, that where is Skimble? Skimble is nowhere to be found. Saying, "Skimble, Skimble, has he gone to hunt the thimble?" Now this thimble is a type of, you can say, metal or plastic cap that is worn on the fingers while sewing. So the basic thing in these lines that then he says that we must find him or the train can't start. So what does this line reinforces it? That it puts emphasis on the importance of Skimble, that the train cannot depart unless and until Skimble is found, or Skimble comes to the train cannot start. So this is the first indication of Skimble's importance in the train. Over here he is saying that has he gone to hunt the thimble, means you will later on see that Skimble is quite authoritative, he is quite perfectionist, but still some of the discriminate voices of the people think that he is playing around or fooling around or doing some off-duty habits over here or hobbies over here, not in the work. So it's almost going to be the time for the train to depart. All the guards and all the porters and the station master's daughters, They are searching high or low, saying, Skimble, where is Skimble? For unless he is very nimble, means a quick, a person who is very quick, okay, and light in movement. He quickly does every work. So the night mail cannot go. Then the night mail just can't go. This is the second indication that the night mail cannot leave without Skimble. Everybody is searching for him. The porters, the coolies, and the station master's daughters. The station master's daughters over here has been, it is a fantasy, because station master's daughter is not going to find out Skimble. Is not going to move around finding the cat, isn't it? So over here they are saying that everybody is finding him up and low, means high and low, means in the platform or in the train. Then the night mail just can go at 11:42. Then the signals nearly due. So already 3 minutes have passed. Skimble cannot be found. At 11:42 is the time for the train to leave. 11:42, then signals nearly due, means it's already time. The train must leave now. It's 11:42. The train must leave at 11:42. And the passengers are frantic to a man. Why frantic? Why are these passengers getting frantic? Because they are getting anxious. They are getting anxious as to where is Skimble, because without him the train cannot depart. Okay, so then Skimble will appear and he will saunter to the rear. He has been busy in the luggage van. Saunter means to move in a very relaxed way. Chalo, chalo, as if nothing has happened. And he knows it's the correct time he has entered. Might be he was taking some rest, because the whole night he had to stay awake, that we don't know over here. He might be doing something, but later he came out of the luggage van. And saunter means in a relaxed way. They say, kuch nahi, I'm back, we can go now. Nothing has happened. Fine. Now, he gives one flash of his glass green eye, and the signal goes all clear, and we are off at last for the northern part of the northern hemisphere. So this is the destination. The poet over here, T.S. Eliot, does not perfectly say us the proper destination where the train is going, but it just said that to the northern hemisphere. So he gives a flash. So the symbol that Skimble gives is the flash of his glass green, the transparent eyes, and saying that the train may leave. Now everything is clear. This also shows over here that Skimble is important. Skimble is important, and he's not only very perfectionist, and not only everything goes accordingly, he supervises everything, he is an authoritative one, but also he's a relaxed kind, chill, yeah, everything will be in time. Okay, that sort of, he doesn't bother about the fact that everyone is searching for him, क्योंकि उसको पता है कि I will be on time, let them search, कुछ भी करे, I will be on time. So, and then he comes and he just gives the glass green eye signal. That means that the train will leave now. Now the next part, you may say that by and large it is Skimble who is in charge of the sleeping car express. From the driver and the guards to the backman playing cards, he will supervise them all more or less. Down the corridor, he paces and examines all the faces of the travelers in the first and the last. So this paragraph over here is showing us the element of fear in everyone. Okay, the people searching, those who were searching for Skimble, now as soon as Skimble comes back, everyone is quiet and settled down in their place. Okay, and Skimble is there. See, I said you to note down, this is another name of the night mail, Sleeping Car Express. Why is it called Sleeping Car Express? This can come in your exam. It is sleeping car because this is the night mail, and probably everybody will sleeping during their journey, because it is a leaving by the midnight. So everybody is going to sleep. So it is called Sleeping Car Express. So everybody from the driver, the guards to the bagman. Bagman means those who are traveling with, those who are salesmen, the traveling salesmen, they all are playing cards. He will supervise everyone, means he is having a look. He is having a keen eye. He is observing every one of them over there, more or less. Down the corridor he paces, means he moves up and down the corridor. He is never sitting back at one place. He is always on a move and examines everybody's faces, okay, of the travelers in the first and the third class. These are the coaches in the train, the first class and the third class. So he is not leaving anyone कि वो अमीर छोड़ देते वो first class में जा रहा है, अच्छा है नहीं. He is having a close look at everyone, first class से पूरा third class तक. Okay, he establishes control by regular patrol. So it shows that his importance, his controlling power, authoritative. He is controlling everything. He is through his regular patrol, means regularly he is going up and down, and he is what? Keeping things under his control. Next, and he would know at once if anything occurred. As since he is having a continuous walk up and down, continuously चलता जा रहा है, आता जा रहा है, so he will immediately know if anything wrong happens. If anything goes wrong, he will immediately know, and he will watch you without winking, and he sees what you are thinking. That is what means he is quite observant. This line tells us that he will watch you without winking, means he will have a continuous gaze at you, he will stare at you without winking, and he will look into your face and see what you are thinking even. Cats, they are the animals. Okay, the main character of animals is that they can sense human feelings. Cat लोग को समझ में आता है कि who is loving them, who do not likes them. So even the cat can think that what you are thinking, that the cat can feel in itself. Okay, so he will watch you without winking, will have a continuous gaze at you, observe you, being a good observer, and he sees what you are thinking, and it's certain that he doesn't approve of hilarity and riot. So the folk are very quiet when Skimble is about on the move, and it is certain that he doesn't approve. He is not at all acceptable for him. It is not at all acceptable, or he does not tolerate any hilarity, any unscrupulous act, any such kind of disturbance in the train. This shows that he is a good, you can say, a dictator type of character of the cat. So when Skimble is about, means when Skimble is moving around, all the people are quiet. This shows fear for Skimble. He is monitoring everything. You can play no pranks with Skimbleshanks. He is a cat that cannot be ignored. Nobody can ignore him. He is a very strict cat, very authoritative one. He is having a keen eye on everyone. Nobody can play any pranks or tricks on him. So nothing goes wrong on the Northern Mail. Now this is another name for the train night mail. So first we have got the night mail, then we have got sleeping car express, and then we have got the Northern Mail over here. When Skimbleshanks is abroad, so means when Skimbleshanks is traveling through the train, nothing can go wrong. Nothing can go wrong when he is there on the Northern Mail. Now the next para will tell us about the, you can see the ambience of the train, or how is the train maintained over here. Okay. Oh, it's very pleasant when you have found your little den with your name written up the door, and the berth is very neat with a newly folded sheet. There is every sort of light, you can make it dark or bright. There's a handle that you turn to make a breeze. So what does it say? This says that it shows, this part describes the maintenance of the train. So when Skimble is abroad, when Skimble is there in the train, so he's having a full control not only over when the train is running, but also maintains the train. When we get into a train, what the first thing we do? We start finding where is our berth. Okay, this is the first thing we do. But when Skimble is there, you don't have to think about that, because you enter and you get to see your name in your cabin. Where is your cabin? You can get to see your name is over there, so it becomes easy for you to find. Sorry. Now, with your name written up the door, then over here is the place where you have your ticket for your seat. You can see your cabin, and the berth is very neat with a newly folded sheet. So these are the conditions in a train where you are sitting, the berth, your bunker, where you sit in the compartment. It is very clean. And it has a newly folded sheet, and there is not a speck of dust on the floor. This line states that Skimbleshanks is a clean freak cat. He likes cleanliness. Everything must be perfect. Perfection is the main theme of the poem over here. Okay. And the berth is very neat with a newly folded sheet, and there is not a speck of dust on the floor. There is every sort of light, you can make it dark or bright. There's a handle that you turn to make a breeze. There's a funny little basin you are supposed to wash your face in, and a crank to shut the window if you sneeze. So it seems totally as a small house, your little room. Okay, the compartment, the cabin is just like a little room where is a basin over there you can wash your face in. There is a handle which you can turn on to switch on let the wind come in, and you can again turn it off if you are feeling cold and sneezing. You can turn it off. There is light of every side. So this type of customized type. Everything is available just as you will feel at home. Being in the cabin, you will feel at home. There's a funny little basin you're supposed to wash your face in, and a crank to shut the window if you sneeze. Crank is that small, you can say a shaft type of pane or a handle type, small handle type that you can close it. Okay. Then the guard looks in politely and will ask you very brightly, do you like your morning tea weak or strong? But Skimble just behind him and was ready to remind him, for Skimble won't let anything go wrong. So when the guard comes over here to ask whether the morning tea would be a weak one or a more with a milk one, or strong one, that also Skimble is there to notice and make it down the note, so that if even the guard forgets and make a mistake, Skimble won't. This shows the customized service being provided in the train. The T over here, it shows that the personalization of service in the train, the name written over here on the berth, everything on board you go, it shows the personalization, the minutest detail. The minutest detail has been taken care of by Skimbleshanks. Okay, he gives customized service to each and every passenger traveling through the night mail. I hope I'm not going too fast. So let's move ahead. So nothing will go wrong when Skimble is on the train. And when you creep into your cozy berth and pull up the counter pane, you ought to reflect that it's very nice to know that you won't be bothered by mice. So when you get into your cozy berth, when you get into your own den, your berth, then and pull up the counter pane. Counter pane is the bedspread. When you put it on, pull it up, you will have to reflect, means think upon. You should think upon that you are comfortably sleeping and you won't be bothered by any mice. The word mice over here, now make a note, mice over here is in a metaphorical context, the thieves. That when Skimble is there, that you will not be disturbed by any thief or any robbers or anyone around. So that the common man will not be bothered by the elements like the thief, the robbers, or about looting their things. Okay, because when Skimble is around, it also indicates the totalitarian kind of regime that was prevalent during the time. It was guarded and protected, just like Adolf Hitler was doing, Benito Mussolini was doing. They were guarding and protecting the people over there. In the same way, Skimbleshanks is guarding and protecting the people. But the thing to keep in mind is he is having a close watch. 24/7 surveillance is being done on them. They are being watched carefully, each and every them, although they are getting the protection. But the larger context is that they are being watched over here all the time. Okay, so over here, you know you won't be bothered by your mice. Mice over here is the robbers. To know that you won't be bothered, you can leave all that to the railway cat, the cat of the railway train. So everything can be left to Skimbleshanks, because when he is there, no thieves will come, no one will bother you, and you can relax. Now, in the watches of the night, he is always fresh and bright. Every now and then he has a cup of tea with perhaps a drop of scotch while he is keeping on the watch. So while he is having a watch, watch means in the first line, in the watches of the night, means he's patrolling all through the night. He is always fresh and bright. He is never, might be that time in the when the poem began, we found that he was nowhere to be found. Might be that at time he has already slept. तब उसने सो लिया होगा. तो अभी he is awake. The cat is awake and vigilant, having a alert and eye on every movement and everything in the train. So every now and then he has a cup of tea although everybody is being watched, okay, even when people are sleeping, it means there is a choice between a complete freedom. People enjoy calm and peace, but they are not entirely free. They are being watched. The people over here are totally sleeping peacefully. They are calm over here. They are enjoying protection over here, but they are not free because they are under the look of Skimbleshank. Okay, just the same thing as the one done by the dictator. So whenever he is moving up and down to stay awake in the night, he is having a cup of tea. It is a type of fantasy, you can say, or imagery over here used, because a cat can never drink a whiskey. In order to stay alert and awake, he is having a scotch. It is type of an alcoholic drink to keep the body warm and to be active and agile. Only stopping here and there to catch a flea. Okay, so he is stopping here and there to catch a flea over here. Or you can say robbers or mice over here, but this comes at the loss of freedom. You don't have the freedom, you are being watched. You were fast asleep at Crewe, so you never knew that he was walking up and down the station. So when the train reached Crewe, that time it was night only. That's why it said that you do not know. Why the passengers do not know? Because they were asleep then. It is night time when the train, you over here is the passenger is fast asleep at Crewe, and so they never knew that that he was walking up and down the station. Means he went down when the train stopped at Crewe. He came down of the railway of the train and then moved up and down the platform में भी पेट्रोल करके आ गया, घूम के आ गया. You were sleeping over here. Crewe is another junction, a name of a town. Underline, there are name of 4 towns perhaps given over here. You were sleeping all the while when he was building at the Curly. Okay, you were sleeping at that time when the train reached at Carlisle. Then also you were sleeping, so you do not know what happened in Carlisle. Wherever he greets the station master with elation, means that is a station, that is an industrial town over here. He in the northern part is an industrial center, a commercial center. There he gets down. You were sleeping all the while, but he was busy over there. Why? He was talking to the station master out of happiness, out of joy, that everything is fine in the train. But you saw him at Dumfries, and this means it's morning. By the time the train reached Dumfries, it was morning, where he speaks to the police if there is anything they ought to know about. If they wanted to know about any mishap has happened or not, about the traveling of the journeying of the train, any problem or everything is fine, whatever information the police wanted, he was also having a talk with the police over here. This shows his importance, the way he dealt with everything. With the station master, he is also a friend of station master, talking to the station master happily, and over here he is talking to the police, even giving detailed information about their journey. Okay, so in Crewe and Carly, all the passengers were asleep, so they didn't knew what happened then. But in Dumfries, they were all awake. At Dumfries, they were awake and they knew that he was speaking to the police over there. When you get to Gallowgate, there you do not have to wait. And Gallowgate is the next station. So we learned about Crewe, we learned about Carlisle, Dumfries and Gallowgate, the 4 towns over here. Keep in mind, you have to write it one after the other, which the station came. According to the station, you can come in MCQ. So when you reach the Gallowgate, then you do not have to wait. This is perhaps the last station. So when the train reaches the Gallowgate, whenever we reach the last destination station, we hurry up to get down, hurry up to get our luggage. In the same way, the passengers over here do not have to hurry, because Skimbleshanks is there. For Skimbles will help you to get out. At Gallowgate, Skimble is all there, so you do not have to wait to get your luggage. Your luggages are kept in the luggage, in the place where you keep the luggage. From there, you do not have to hurry up, because Skimble is there. He will arrange everything. He will help you out to move out of the train. He gives you a wave of his long brown tail, which says, "I'll see you again. You will meet without fail on the midnight mail," the cat of the railway train. Now, another name for the train is midnight mail. Okay, so there are these names of the train. And the train has been named from the beginning. If you start, number 1 is the Northern Mail. Okay, yes, night mail. First is night mail. then comes Sleeping Car Express, then comes Northern Mail, and over here is what? Midnight Mail. So when at Gallowgate, he gives a warm and very gracious, and is very polite at Gallowgate. Everybody comes down, he bids them a very good day, a very goodbye with his tail, and says that if they're traveling in the Midnight Mail again, they will be obviously meeting with him. Okay, the cat of the railway train. So this is here where we conclude the poem. We see that in this full poem, according to the character sketch, if we are to make about the cat, it is showing that he is having an authoritative character. From the beginning, if we start, he is a relaxed kind of cat. He doesn't bother. He knows that he is in time. It shows he is a perfectionist. He is a clean freak, and obviously he is very polite. He is an intelligent cat. He is an alert cat. The rhyming scheme of the poem is ABCD, and other details regarding it, everything will be given to you in the note. I hope you have understood the poem. For more, please subscribe and follow me on Facebook and YouTube. So, bye-bye. See you next class with a new video. Till then, take care. See ya.